Hello friends, we have seen so far different grammatical theories such as traditional grammar. Remember traditional grammar? Yes. Then we saw structural grammar from 1930s onwards, structural revolutionaries, and also phrase structure grammar. PSG for short, PSG. Isn't it? Traditional, so traditional and descriptive or structural, isn't it? Structural, and third is PSG, phrase structure grammar. Now we have got it TGG, that is Transformational Generative Grammar. Isn't it? Yes. So this is a theory that was given to us by Chomsky, Noam Chomsky. 1957, his syntactic structures created a revolution, so to say. Something new, brand new, like the critical theories of T.S. Eliot. Now, I will ask you one thing. There's a big title here. We have already also seen the big names like this: traditional, description, structure, phrase structure, and things like that. Now I will ask you a question, a simple question. Probably you will ask, having said all these big things, now you are asking such a small question. That question is boy. What's boy? Boy is a noun in grammar. Boy is a noun, and boy is a concrete noun. What is a concrete noun? Concrete noun means something that we can touch and feel. For example, truth is an abstract noun. You cannot touch and feel, or you cannot sense it, with your senses. Isn't it? So this is concrete noun. Now, this concrete noun, let's say the boy, concrete noun. Now we are going to modify this by the boy in the store. Now here we have got a noun. We call it a noun phrase. A noun and N-O-U-N. And here we have got a, what do you call this? This is a PP. What is PP means? Prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase of place. Because this is place. Isn't it? Now in English, what happens is, English, not only in English, other languages also, a concrete noun modified by a prepositional phrase of place. Right? And this can be again modified by what? This noun can be modified by another prepositional phrase of place. That also will end in a concrete noun. This is a concrete noun, this is a concrete noun. I will show you how it works. Okay? And that is, we have seen the boy is a concrete noun that is modified by a prepositional phrase of place. That means this is another concrete noun. And this concrete noun can be further modified by another PP. That will be the store 1, 2, or near the bank. Near the bank. Again another, this prepositional phrase of place has ended. You can see the end is another concrete noun. Now this can be again modified. Across the road. The bank is across the road. Across the road. See that? You get one more concrete noun. See this? And you can again modify that over the hill. Over the hill. Again, it ends with another concrete noun which you can modify. In the village. In the village. Hey, one more concrete noun. Ants. You can say 6. By the river. Again concrete noun. So you can go on repeating this structure. Repeating the same structure. Listen. Chomsky found out, maybe for the first time, that human languages, natural languages, they have a property. What is that property? Property is creativity. That's the property. Creativity. Now creativity means by means of limited material. Limited. By means of limited material. You can create, or you can say finite material. You can create infinite number of structures. Material is finite, but you can create infinite number of structures. Or you can say the rules for this finite, but you can create infinite number of structures. And that is what we mean by creativity of the language. Now this is, you get a taste of it here. A taste of it. What is that? You can repeat. This can go on. You can go on repeating this maybe ad infinitum. You know what is ad infinitum? Ad infinitum is a Latin expression meaning without end. I'll write it here. Ad infinitum means without end. There is no end to this repetition. You can go on. And this repeating the structures again and again is known as recursive mechanism. Recursive mechanism. Recursive mechanism. So languages, natural languages, they have a property called creativity. Now creativity means finite set of rules, a finite limited material. You can go on creating infinite number of structures. Understand? For the time being you understand structures, because we are coming to sentences soon. Structures. Now this is done by repeating the structures again and again. And this repeating the same structure again and again to produce infinite number of structures is recursive mechanism. So human languages, natural languages, their property is creativity, and the mechanism used by languages is the mechanism of recursive or repeating the same structure. Recursive mechanism. That is what we saw here. What has happened here? Here is a concrete noun that is modified by a prepositional phrase or place that ends with a concrete noun, that is modified again, that ends with another concrete noun, that is modified again, this ends with another concrete noun, and again you are doing the same thing, ends with another concrete noun. Here again, village another concrete noun, by the river concrete noun. Understand? This is. So this was really a brand new idea. See that such things can happen or is happening in natural languages. That's English also. Now, I will show you this by a phrase structure tree. By representing it, or by I can make it explicit. We can make it explicit by drawing a phrase structure tree. 6 times now, isn't it? Now since we have no time, no place here, I will make some space here for the tree because you have to repeat it, no? Yes. So first it begins with like the NB. Okay. That NB is the boy. Right? And then what will happen is the NB is the boy and it is being modified. Isn't it? It is being modified. And modification you can show like this by drawing a phrase structure tree, that is NP is determiner, noun and PP. Look at this. Now this PP has got P and NP. Now this NP has got again determiner, noun, PP. Now this PP has P and NP. See that? And this NP has determiner, noun, PP. Now this PP has P and NP. This NP has, you have got a determiner, noun and PP. This PP has P, NP. See that? You can see that. How many times you have repeated this? This, you can say, how many PPs? 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? 5, NB. This is PP, P and NB. 5, 6. Determiner, noun, PP. See that? So you have got a 1, 2, 3, 4. Not clear, isn't it? Okay, then we will look once again. There are here 5 PPs, so we will find out whether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6, isn't it? So we will take this from here, this NB, and then we will have the determiner, noun and PP, and further we have PNB, and we have a determiner, noun, PP. Okay, so this is what. Now if you can see, you can fill it with lexical items. Determiner, the boy. The boy in the store. In the store, across the road. Across the road, and you have got across the road, over the hill. Over the hill. And you have got in, this is shifted here, in and NB, in the village, by the river. See that? So this is how is represented by a made expression. So that means what is the structure that is repeated, you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Here there are 7, but there is 6. 7. 7 also you can have. So this is how you can represent it by means of a phrase structure tree. I hope you understand what I am trying to present before you is natural languages. They have a property called creativity. This creativity is being implemented, or you can say the creativity has been put into or is put into practice by means of a recursive mechanism. A recursive mechanism means what are you doing here? Repeating the structures again and again. And the structure that we have seen is prepositional phrase of place ending with a concrete noun. So that is again repeated. Understand? So this is what Chomsky said. Now this is about a phrase. What else we can do is the same mechanism can be applied to sentence production also. Sentence production or sentence prediction. For example, if you have a rule like this, S is rewritten as NB auxiliary VP. I hope you are familiar with this after our phrase structure grammar, right? Yeah. So in B, we can predict all the sentences, all the basic sentences in English. So this is creative. The other one I showed you only part of the language. It's repeating a phrase. But here, all the sentences in English language can be reduced to this formula or can be reduced to this rule. Rule here means generalization. In transformational generative grammar, rule means generalization, and this generalization is this. From these abstract categories, these are abstract, we can't see, no? See, for example, we can make it quantified by the boy plays football. Now, this will be, the phrase structure will be NB auxiliary. Auxiliary means tense, and VP, it complement the determiner, noun, the boy, plus, that is present tense, play is the verb, football is the object of the complement. Now, plus play, third person, verb plays. Listen. Plus is subject, verb, and when it is added, the third person singular S. So the boy plays football. Now, what I told you, you can see now. All the sentences in English can be predicted based on this. So you can see that the prediction is done in the brain. It is a process in the brain. So by using this, you can predict or you can generalize, so to say, the structure of all the basic sentences in English. How? Repeating. Instead of the boy, you said the man, said the girl, said the woman, said the president, said the secretary, said the headmaster, then boys, girls, sentences. Here, instead of play, you can repeat the play, read, then see, read, see, know, go on changing. Here, you can do football, basketball, newspaper, and things like that. So what will happen? You can, by this finite rule, the rule is finite, but the structures that you are going to make is infinite. This is a very important point in generative grammar. So this grammar generates. This doesn't point out mistake like prescriptive grammars or traditional grammars. This doesn't just describe how language is used. This, of course, presents before you clusters of, or you can say, lexical items are taken and put them together, and you make them into phrases and then connect them and make sentences. That is phrase structure. But still the phrase structure doesn't predict things. But here it generalizes, or it predicts, or it generates. So by this simple rule, you can generate infinite number of sentences in English language. Understand? That's why this grammar is called generative. What is the difference between other grammars? Prescriptive grammar tells you how to use the language. Descriptive language tells you how people use language. Not how to use, but how people use language. Phrase structure grammars tell you how phrases are put together to make sentences. But here in TGG, that is Transformational Generative Grammar, the grammar predicts all the sentences by a recursive mechanism, which is the implementing part of property of language, that is creativity. So this is a brand new idea that was introduced by Chomsky in his syntactic structures, 1957. So syntactic structures 1957 by Chomsky gave a brand new grammar to the world, and that is Transformational Generative Grammar. So we have done only the first part, generative. What is meant by generative? That is, by infinite rules, we can predict infinite number of sentences. Or generalize. This is a generalization, so to say, applicable to all sentences. Now by repeating structures, by changing, by permutations, and by changing the order and things like that, you can create infinite number of sentences in well-formed sentences in English, correct sentences in English. And that is the first part of this grammar, generative. Now this grammar has another part, transformational, that we will see tomorrow. For the time being, this micro point, one point should go into your mind because it's different. It's not traditional, not descriptive or structural, not PSG, but here predicts. That means the competence of the language user. It's because you have competence, not performance. The difference between competence and performance is competence and performance. One is competence, the other performance is knowing and doing. Competence and performance. So that is, competence is knowing. In your intuitive knowledge. And this is actual doing. So competence and performance. So TGG, what does TGG do? It tells you about the language user's competence. Unconsciously. He is not conscious about it. But still it is there. That competence in his mind or in his brain. That is what you see. That is the reason why, by this simple rule, like NP auxiliary VP, you create infinite number of sentences. This is what we call recursive mechanism. This is what we call generative. The language is generative, or the language predicts all the possible well-formed. The grammar predicts, not the language. The grammar predicts all the well-formed sentences of a language. So it has got two components. One is transformational, the other is generative. Today we have done generative part of it. Generative means to predict all the well-formed possible sentences of English. This is an activity of your brain. This tests your competence, related to your competence. Understand that? And then this is the, Chomsky was the first person to point out this. Just as T.S. Eliot's critical theories made such a revolutionary changes towards looking at the poet, the relationship between the poet and the poem. See? Here also it's a revolutionary approach to grammar or the study of languages. And especially here, when you are thinking about English, so it's a revolutionary approach to the study of English language. So let's see. For the time being, you keep this in your mind, meditate on this, then you will see the next class what is transformational. Then it will become transformational generative grammar. Till then, bye.